Steve, is there anything else that's kind of top of mind for you? Something you're passionate about? You think that people that are involved in buying and selling businesses should know about, or something that's pulling at your heart that you're dying to get out?
I'd say, a lot of people are transitioning from drop shipping to e-commerce brands. I think that's definitely one of the place where like a lot of buyers could like kind of like, keep a big lookout on, because I see a lot of like brands listed on a lot of those like sites, selling their business. And I think it's a really great opportunity to jump on, because like you don't have to go through because the hardest part is usually the 1 to 2. The 0 to 1 is actually the hardest part. And if someone sells it at a good multiple, I think it's definitely worth it, because like if someone with experience could just come on and just buy a few businesses and scale it to the next level, because I'm pretty sure there's definitely business owners that just want to cash out, like, a good business that's probably $1 or $2 million, and someone could just take the $1-2 million and scale it up to the next level. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of opportunity in that case.
I would agree. I think you hit the nail right on the head. The initial process of finding a winning product or a series of winning products, grouping them together in some kind of a niche or like brand, starting to develop the branding. I see buyers or buying businesses, in some cases, even with no trademarks, with no branding done on them. But if I were a buyer, I think that's a really hot opportunity. Find something. You're still going to pay a reasonable multiple. It may not be on the high 3, 4, 5x. It might be in the low 3s or maybe high 2s, especially if it's internationally owned or if it's an international business. International businesses are much harder to sell. So on the flip side, if you're out there and you're listening, and you're thinking about selling your business, get it into a domestic, U.S. domestic LLC. The majority of the M&A activity is fundable through U.S.-based financing, but it has to be domiciled in the United States. Have a U.S. bank account. Have all the money and expenses coming out of the bank account. Get good a bookkeeper. Get QuickBooks, online. It's $30 a month. Download all that. Get it all in there, because buyers they have to see that, or they're not going to take a snapshot from your Shopify store and some invoices from your manufacturer and be willing to go out on a limb. It's just too much risk for them. But if I'm a buyer, I'm definitely looking for some of those opportunities, and grouping some stuff together into a like niche, creating a kind of a Ford like brand where you've got the Ford F-150, the Ford Expedition, the Excursion. Like, you've got all these little ones underneath this main brand, and then each of your products are able to have their own individual sales. That would be a really unique angle, I think, for a number of buyers to exploit.
That's actually how we're branding, doing things as well. So we have a holding company that holds all the multiples. So every brand, kind of like what we're building, we have it all as an individual company. So in the future, like, if someone wants to buy the entire group, all right, that's good. But if someone wants to buy a specific brand at a good price, we could sell the company as it is. But all of them is all the equity is held by a holdings company. So it would make it very easy for us to exit or raise funds for individual brands, or VCs or whatsoever, private equity. And I think there's definitely a lot of room when it comes to like M&A, especially for brands too.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?